Yo, what's up guys? We're back again with another video on the same day, may I add. And here, I'm here to talk about what's next for these fighters. And we're going to be going through some fighters from UFC 309 and discuss what or who they should fight. And maybe like where, if I feel like it. So let's get into the main event. Alright, now for the main event. I kind of hinted at it, but it should be Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones. This is the only fight that makes sense. It's the fight that Dana White says. It's pretty much the fight literally everybody wants to see. Like, I have not seen anybody who wants Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. Would that be a bigger fight? Yes, I will agree on that. Like, that would probably get more attention. But this fight would also get, like, more attention than, like, 99% of, like, other title fights. Like, what are we doing? Come on. And especially with Jon Jones, like, trolling the fans and, you know, teasing about this fight, like, during the build-up to Stipe. I feel like this fight definitely has had a lot more attention and a lot more demand after the Stipe fight, especially. So it should be Tom Aspinall. And if I had to say when this would happen, probably like July, because Jones takes forever to come back, man. He really does. So maybe even November, like a whole year later. But we'll see. We'll see. I believe that Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones is the next fight. Now onto the co-main, the winner of Charles Oliveira. Again, this is another clear one. It should be between the winner of Islam versus Arman. And look, if I had to guess who's going to win between Islam and Arman, I'm not going to go in depth about that. I'll make a video about that when that fight gets made and all that stuff. But it's probably going to be Islam. And I feel like Charles Oliveira might have a really good shot at being Islam, especially after that performance against Michael Chandler. He really looked like he improved after the Arman fight. So I think the next fight should be Charles versus Islam Makhachev. Let's be real. It's probably gonna be those two. And probably this may be like in October or something, because Islam likes to take his sweet time. So we'll see. But I think this is the most logical fight to make. Now, for Michael Chandler. Now this one might be, I don't know if people are going to 100% agree with this one, but I think this would be a banger. This would be a good fight right here. Why am I making that with my voice? I don't know why I'm doing that, guys. Sorry. But I think Michael Chandler versus Rafael Fiziev would be an absolute barn burner. These two would go to war. Like, they would go crazy. They would probably cause more brain damage than anyone on Earth. And I don't know who would win this fight, honestly. I feel like this is a very close fight, and this is a winnable fight for Michael Chandler, though. This is a winnable fight for him. But it's also a winnable fight for Rafael Fiziev. So I feel like this is the most likely fight, and this is the fight that I would personally like to see. Like, probably, maybe like in June or something, or maybe April, I feel. I feel like April would be a good time for Michael Chandler to come back, and I think Rafael Fiziev is fully healed up after his injury, so this is probably the most likely matchup I would personally like to see. Now, for Bo Nickel. Now, hear me out, guys. I think he should fight Renier Day Ryder, because, think about it. Renier Day Ryder, he's a grappler. He's not really a striker. I'd say Bo Nickel's a better striker. But they're also very even on the wrestling and grappling. I kind of think Bo Nickel's better, because that fight with GM3 didn't really impress me for Ryder. So I feel like this would be a good fight, and this is a great win for Bo Nickel, because if he beats Ryder, he has a win over a former champion from a different promotion. I know it's not UFC, but still, like, I feel like this would be a really solid win for Bo Nickel, and it probably would be the best win of his whole career. And like, I think this is a great fight for both of them, and I think if the winner of this fight should then fight for the rankings. I think that's and if I had to make a guess when this fight would happen, I feel like this fight should be honestly again April or something, or May. Honestly, like I think that's a reasonable time for Bo Nickel to come back, and to like understand who he's fighting, all that. I feel like this would be a great fight, honestly, like genuinely. Now for Rafi, I think he shouldn't fight a ranked opponent yet. I think he should fight Borishev. Um, and I think this is a good fight for Rafi because Borishev, he's a decent striker, I'd say. He's not like the most technical, but he's a good fighter. I feel like this would be a great test for Rafi. Um, and I'd say let's make this fight probably in like February or something. Like I don't know. I feel like this would be like this is one of those fights that I feel like Rafi should do quickly. And probably do in February. Like I don't know. I feel like I would personally really like this fight. All right, now for McKee. I feel like McKee should fight Rob Font. I feel like this is a good fight for both of them. It's another good win for Rob Font to potentially get back, like, or just get more into the winning column. Like you know what I'm saying. Like just get more wins basically for Rob Font. And for McKee, I feel like this is just another fight to get more into the rankings and closer to the title shot. Like I feel like this is a good fight. I'd say have this in like again March or something, maybe May, maybe even February. Honestly, like because McKee didn't take that much crazy damage. Honestly, because Martinez didn't do anything. But I feel like this is a good fight. I don't think this is not like a fight night main event, but I think this is like a co-main for a fight night or something. Or you could put it on the prelims of a pay-per-view or something. I don't know. I feel like this is a good fight to have on like any card, honestly. It's a solid fight. They're going to scrap. And you're going to see just a full-on 15 minutes of just pure striking between these two. So yeah, have this fight and put it in like March, February, like at any of those times. Jim Miller. Now hear me out on this one, guys. I think let's do an old man's fight. Jim Miller versus Rafael Dos Santos. Hear me out, right? Rafael, he's not gonna get a title shot, right? And for Jim Miller, he's also not gonna get a title shot. But this is just a good veterans fight, honestly. Like this is just one of those other veteran fights that I feel like a lot of people would like. For Jim Miller, if he wins this, he's in the top 15 lightweight rankings. Again, after like so many years of not being in it. And he has a win over a former lightweight champion. For Rafael, he beats a longtime veteran, and he defends his ranking spots. I know Rafael doesn't want to go back down to lightweight, like he kind of likes staying at welterweight, but he's so undersized there. I mean, he got knocked out by Jeff Neal, and Jeff Neal, he's a big welterweight though. In fairness, like the dude, like when he fought Ian Gary was like 200 pounds, so it is kind of crazy. But I just don't think Rafael should like. I don't think that he should go up at welterweight ever again. Like unless if it's just for some unranked fights for the fun of it. But I feel like this is a great fight for both of them, honestly. For Oban Elliott, I feel like it should be Mike Mullah. I think this is a great fight for both of them. It's a big step up for oh my god. Okay. It's a big step up for Oban Elliott. And for Mike Mullah, this is another good win to potentially get back into the rankings. And for Oban Elliott, if he were to beat Mike Mullah, well, I feel like that's a fair argument to be put in the rankings. Maybe do one more fight, but I think this is a great fight for both of them, and it's a good like just a potential fight just in general, you know. Now as far as when this would happen, I would say maybe do it like at the beginning of the year, like do February or something. or honestly, nah, do it in like January or something, because like neither of them have took that much crazy damage in their fights. And I just feel like this would be a really good fight. I think it's I know some people would say this is a too big of a step up for Oban Elia, but I would disagree. I feel like Oban Elia could really put up a good fight and arguably win. I don't know. I feel like this is a great fight right here. For the last like matchmaking fights, Martian Tybura. He's a great fighter. I'd love to fight him. Okay, no more Tom Aspinall impressions. Versus Pick Markin. I think I butchered that name. I think I just said that name so horrible, but just correct me in the comments, guys. But I feel like this is a good fight. Martian Tabora should not fight up in the rankings. He should probably fight one more guy below him, I'd say. And for Mick Parkin, I'd say this is a great fight. This puts you up into the top 10. And it just gets you closer to the title shot, honestly. I think this is a really good fight for both of them. And honestly, I'd say we should put this fight on the England card, like for the fight night card that's happening in like March or something. I think I can't exactly remember, but put this on that card, honestly, and boom, boom, you have a really good fight. But that is it for me, guys. That is what's next for these fighters video. If you guys enjoyed these matchmaking videos and agreed with my opinions, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you later. Peace.